Honestly, today was meant to be a bit more of a massive news day. We had a lot of hype over the weekend. Why does this always have to happen every once in a while? Everyone's reporting about loads of hype, like new announcements, all coming today. We have a rumour of a new Google Nest being devised. I'll have more on what actually happened later. And we also had some rumours about a cool PS5 announcement, but I kind of didn't fully believe it, just because, it just didn't seem plausible that it was kind of just it was quite a spur of the moment thing. Everyone heard about it today, and everyone it was all very one day reporting, especially if you're over here in the UK. I'm disappointed. I'm not happy about this. But, it's one of those days and both days happen. So, today we've got 3 stories. Google put the Pixel 4a on its store. So, I think that almost guarantees it is actually a real device and it will be coming. The Google Pixel Buds are now available internationally. And Oneplus Nord is going to have a dual front-facing camera. So, some nice ultra-wide selfies on there. Yeah, OnePlus, once they got their massive announcement next week, they really aren't just giving us drop. They're just giving us drops like they normally do with their phones. It's really nice to see that from OnePlus still kind of going the same way that they always do with their phones. I'm really disappointed. Okay, today is going to be a two segment episode. So, first segment will be what I'm kind of expecting to be talking about today, because truthfully, I'm quite disappointed in all of this. I could possibly end up eating my words though, because, for all I know, it could just be about to happen in 10 minutes, so I will keep on just searching for it throughout the day whilst I'm recording in case it does, what I really hope would happen, does happen. So, this is the Dynamic Digital World. My name's Luke. Let's get started. Okay, so before we get into today's 3 top stories, I'm really disappointed about today actually. We had some really hyped up news, and I would have ended up talking about these 3 topics anyway because they were still important, but we could have had some really massive announcements coming. Part of it is Google's fault. They kind of hyped things up a bit too much and gave us a really underwhelming thing. They did hype it up a lot, which kind of let us in for a bit of a bigger disappointment. As for the other thing with the PS5, that was kind of everybody's own fault really. We hyped it up over an Amazon listing, which isn't even uncommon in console releases. It's just that the Series X didn't have one. We thought it meant something. A lot of places reported on it. A lot of people were kind of hopeful, I think. But, some of these things happen, and I think it's time that these sorts of things get spoken about, because everyone who kind of reported on this rumour, they could lose a bit of credibility, and I do feel bad for them. But there are reasons why you would draw these sorts of conclusions, and for all I know, it's not completely lost hope. I am literally going to do one more refresh before I talk about all of this, just out of last minute hope. Okay, let's get into it then. So, Google's Nest reveal. For those of you who don't know, I actually didn't report on this yesterday. We had a joint episode with Matt, so I wasn't really reporting on it. But also, I hope you enjoyed it. Sorry about the end topic there. It was a bit on the controversial side. I can hear that. I just want to apologise if you found that too controversial. That's not going to be a tone carried forward in it. I don't think either of us realised how controversial it would be, or how controversial it was, until after we were done recording, and it was quite late by that time, and neither of us really had time to re-record. And in terms of cutting out from Anchor, it's a bit of a pain. So, and again, if you didn't like it, I did put a disclaimer in there because I was aware. So, hopefully no one got too offended by that topic or too found it too controversial. But if you did, then I do apologise for that. I think we will try and be very careful with those things, but that was an important topic to talk about. Anyway, yeah, oh my god. To be honest, I was half debating just don't make a podcast today at too disappointing news, you won't be able to be excited, but basically in terms of Google Nest, on Sunday, I think, yeah, it was on Sunday, so yesterday, at time of recording, Google put out an announcement. They said, get ready for something special coming tomorrow. And a few days earlier, they'd previously kind of sent out some press material to 9to5 Google about a new Nest speaker that's coming out. So everyone kind of thought, hey, we're getting a reveal we want, the new Chromecast with Android TV, possibly, but almost definitely the new Nest speaker as well. Like, Google kind of unintentionally, I believe it's completely unintentional, that they, whilst of course yes, they want to generate hype, I think the amount they generated was quite unintentional, as they kind of didn't, or maybe, but basically so they kind of put this announcement out, and then today it comes out that the announcement is just a month worth of daily deals, basically. So every day for the next month there's going to be a deal on the Google store related to some sort of Nest product. So it is kind of important if you want something, but it's just not what I personally was expecting, not what a lot of people would probably have been expecting from reading that news. I was hyping up, getting ready for a massive kind of Google Pixel or Google Nest kind of sized event sort of thing that wasn't gonna, it wouldn't have the same online factor as the other events do, but have the same level of detail that I had to go into. I was kind of preparing myself for a massive load of announcements, and it took me a while to find out that they had even announced those store things, because it was just, yeah. So quite disappointing, but sometimes you just misread the information, you take it everyone kind of takes it the wrong way, and it happens across the industry, in tech news especially. The other thing, we all kind of read into this quite a lot, including myself. When I heard this, I fell for it immediately, a lot of us did. Amazon, and there is good reason for it. So Amazon today, they put up a PS5 pre-order page. I can confirm it's here in the UK. It's also in Australia. I'm not sure what other markets. But it's basically just somewhere to register interest. Now, they don't have one of these for Series X, but I think that could be something to do with their event coming out next week. They just decided that they'd wait until after that event to put something up, because Xbox could reveal a price. I know it's a gameplay event, but they could just decide to shock us all with a price. Because basically, when we saw this PS5 page, a lot of people said, oh, the PS5 price might be revealed today. We had some supposed timings from a leak about people that is supposedly very accurate, and it was meant to happen at, I believe it was 8:30 today. So it's not like it's really anyone's fault. No one who is reporting on this was trying to mislead everyone. It's just it happened. So PS5 price leaks, as far as I can tell so far: Britain, Italy, France, Germany, Spain, Brazil, Australia, and I think India. Yeah. I think it is... oh god, not making this easy. Yeah, India. India's one. Sorry, they have flags for the others, but we didn't have one of them. So they had all of this kind of hype for it. I was hyped, and it's just, yeah. Now, we did have some times at one point for when it's supposedly meant to come out. I'm gonna try and find those again, because in case I misread the prices. But let me see if I can find it here. Did Metro have the prices that were supposed to happen? yeah, I'll carry on searching for it, but I don't think I can really find the times that were leaked somewhere. Hang on, might be here maybe. Okay, so the France one is... Oh, okay, hang on, we do have something here. Amazon France briefly listed with PlayStation 5's price. So the disc-based edition is coming in at €500, and the digital edition is coming in at €400. So we do actually have a small leak, but again, this could be wrong, and I'm not sure if this is accurate. Yeah, it's been removed and could be completely inaccurate, so don't fully believe it. Now, it converts to $565 for the disc edition and $450 for the digital edition, and that returns to £447 in the UK for disc and £358 for digital in the UK. Personally, I don't know, I mean, I think I'm expecting it to be around the 500 mark in all regions, just 500. They normally, previously, I think the Xbox and PlayStation were, as far as I recall, just launched at a blanket 500 in all markets, as far as I can remember, but I could be wrong on that. Still, it's just a bit, yeah, it's quite a disappointment to me when you're kind of hyped up. No one's fault really, everyone fell for the same thing. Yeah, I'm still kind of hoping it'll be here, but yeah, as far as I'm aware, it's not here. So, you know, I'll keep looking just in case it pops up at the very end, but that's it for the kind of disappointed not happening news section. But we're going to go into the more exciting news section, and this is some pretty good news to be hearing. So let's get started on that. Okay, so that's all the doom and gloom out of the way. Let's get into the, I gotta say, much more exciting part of this, and that is three pretty damn cool announcements. So, I'm going to start with the phone announcements, because those kind of seem natural that they should go together. I could kind of frame this in two ways, either do OnePlus and then do 2 Googles, or to do 2 phones and then buds, but I figured, let's just do the phones. So one is a leak and one is an official statement. Now, bearing in mind what I just said about leaks and rumours, again, take this with a grain of salt, but this is coming from the official Google store. So I do have an actual leg to stand on with this one, I think, which, yay, nice. So they put the Pixel 4a on their store. Google put the Pixel 4a on their store. It's not the first time it's happened. And this is specifically on their Canadian store. Now the text next to it said Nest Wi-Fi, but it was not the Nest Wi-Fi. And it's a phone that we haven't actually seen from Google before, and which implies it's a 4A. Now, it's a marketing rendered directly from Google, so for those of you who want to know what we can kind of expect, there's a fingerprint sensor on the back. Fingerprint sensor is officially back. I'm so glad. I'm not going to count that as a pun. It's up to you whether you want to count that as a pun. I personally wouldn't. It's too bad to even be a pun. So that's unintentional, and please do not count it. Then there's a hole punch camera in the top left. Now, currently, I am scheduled to get a new phone in just over a month's time, 1 or 2 months' time currently. So this is kind of right in the window for me to be getting a new phone, especially if this releases when I think it will release, which is fairly soon. And I will probably wait an extra month to when I could actually upgrade, just to see what they announce by their October event. I think it'll be worth it. So, yeah, it definitely suggests the 4A might be coming soon. Now, it does have a date of May 12th on it, which is confirmation Google did plan to launch the 4A during the Google I/O if that was their original plan. So now that's on screen, so it might mean nothing, but normally these sorts of things could be seen as a kind of a way to announce the reveal date. Now, in the photo, it's a matte black finish with a light blue power button, and the camera cutout is very similar to the Pixel 4's, but there's only one camera. Now, oh, hang on. So the headphone jack is actually up at the top. I didn't realise there was a headphone jack. Okay, go on headphone jacks. And the phone is also believed to have passed through the FCC in America last month. So that normally does show that it's coming soon. Now, it's expected to be followed by the Pixel 5 sometime soon. But there's also going to be a 5G compatible version of the 4A. However, we're not sure if there's going to be a Pixel 5 XL. So, yeah, we're really not sure what's happening in terms of sizing. Now, there could also be a single size for the Pixel 4. We're really not sure at this point of what will happen and how it's going to happen, but basically we're pretty sure there's going to be a Pixel 4A, and we're pretty sure there'll be a Pixel 5. So, we're just going to have to kind of wait and see what happens and where it goes. But figuring as we're waiting for Google to release their budget phone, we got another budget phone from Oneplus which is confirmed to being announced next week. So Oneplus is kind of generally teasing the Oneplus Nord. Now, for those of you who don't know what the Nord is, it's a budget smartphone that they're supposedly announcing next week. Now, this phone is kind of very extensively leaked, but they're going to be an event on July 21st, and it's going to be in AR. But now they've announced that there will be dual front cams. So this will allow you to take ultra-wide selfies, etc, etc. And it's going to be quite good. Sorry if I'm rushing this right now and coming up on a small deadline for kind of when I can finish recording. Now, it was shared through a goofy Instagram video on the OnePlus Instagram, so but it's still good that it's there. And as for our final thing, the Google Pixel Buds are now available in Australia, Canada and the UK, with more colours being available next month. Now, it actually includes, so apart from Australia, Canada and the UK, there's also France, Germany, Ireland, Italy, Singapore and Spain. Now, since release in the US, that was on April 27th. So it's been 3 months since then. Now currently, it's only offered in clearly white, but there are also going to be more colours coming next month apparently, so that's going to be good to see. Now, in reviews, they apparently have an improved sound quality and design over the original model, but average battery life compared to some others. And there is also apparently some Bluetooth connectivity issues with the earbuds, but a potential fix could be on the way, as a Google employee promised in June that the team is rolling out software updates in the coming weeks to improve Bluetooth stability and connectivity. So, it could definitely happen. Also, note how these are just the Pixel Buds, not the Pixel Buds 2. It seems like Google could possibly be trying to just wipe the slate with their original Pixel Buds. I don't blame them, those good device, but they weren't what they needed to release. So, yeah, that is everything for today. Bit disappointing in some ways, but definitely a nice to see return at the very end there for some announcements that I did not think I'd be seeing. Now, that is kind of everything for today. For all we know though, this photo of the Pixel 4a could be the announcement that Google was talking about. So, I'm going to put a spin on this. Google Nest threw that tease and then dropped the disappointment to try and shield what Google were trying to reveal. I don't know, pure speculation, probably completely wrong, but I'm going to try and look on the bright side. We did get some news about the 4A, and the 4A and the OnePlus Nord are my direct competitors for my next phone. It will all come down on what kind of version of Android are being released when they first are released. So if they're released with Android 11 or Android 10, and if it's different between the two, I'll go for one with Android 11 as long as it's still in a very similar price range. So that's everything for today, and yeah, disappointment mixed with some very nice announcements. My name's Luke, this is Down Out to the Wild. You know the drill. I'll see you in tomorrow's episode.